Hello everyone, my name is Kayla, and today I will be presenting my economic infographic titled Canada, a Year of Shifting Trends. I created this project to explore how Canada's economy has changed over the past year, or from 2023 to 2024, by looking at four major economic indicators. So why did I choose Canada? I chose Canada because it's one of the United States' closest trading partners and is often viewed as a stable, developed economy. I also found it interesting because of ongoing discussions surrounding its government policies, especially in terms of its universal healthcare system. While Canada does offer this healthcare to all citizens, there have been growing concerns about long wait times for treatment. And these kinds of challenges made me curious about how government decisions and services might be affecting the overall health of Canada's economy. So the first indicator I analyzed is real GDP, which measures the country's total economic output. In the first quarter of 2023, Canada's GDP grew by 3.1%, but by the first quarter of 2024, growth had slowed to 1.7%. That is a decline of 1.4 percentage points. This slowdown suggests reduced consumer spending and business activity, possibly due to higher interest rates or global uncertainty. The second indicator is the inflation rate. Inflation dropped from 4.3% in March of 2023 to 2.9% in March 2024, and that is a 1.4% percentage point decrease. This change means that prices are rising more slowly, bringing inflation closer to the Bank of Canada's target rate of 2%. It shows that efforts to control inflation, such as raising interest rates, may be having an effect. The third indicator is the unemployment rate, which increased from 5% to 6.1% over the same period. That 1.1% increase suggests that more people are looking for work or losing jobs. It could mean that businesses are holding back or hiring due to uncertainty or weaker demand. And the final indicator I chose is population growth, which dipped slightly from 0.7% in early 2023 to 0.6% in early 2024. This small decline may not seem significant, but population growth, especially through immigration, is extremely important for supporting the labor force and economic growth in Canada. So, as far as the overall economic health, then and now, back in 2023, Canada's economy was growing quickly but faced high inflation. And a year later, in 2024, inflation has improved, but economic growth has slowed. Unemployment has risen, and population growth has dipped slightly. This shift suggests that Canada is in a cooling phase and could be approaching stagnation if current trends continue. So my predictions, looking ahead, I think that GDP may slow down a bit more if demand doesn't pick up. I also think that inflation could hold steady or drop slightly further. Unemployment might rise again if hiring continues to slow. Population growth will likely remain stable depending on immigration policy. Canada's birth rate has declined, but immigration has been steadily increasing, so we'll have to see how population either grows or declines or stays steady. One important update is that the Bank of Canada has stated it plans to keep interest rates higher for a longer period of time. This decision could continue to impact borrowing, spending, and hiring across the country. In terms of my policy recommendation, if I were part of Canada's Economic Advisory Council, I would lean toward a Keynesian policy approach for now, with rising unemployment and slowing growth. It makes sense to consider government spending or public investment to stimulate demand and job creation. So a neoclassical, hands-off approach might take too long to bring results in the current situation, especially if the job market continues to weaken. But in conclusion, Canada has experienced several economic shifts in the past year. Inflation is improving, but slower GDP growth and rising unemployment are concerns that should be addressed. I hope this presentation has given you a helpful overview of how Canada is doing economically, where it stands economically, and where it might be headed in the future. Thank you very much.